Even playing field across the board. But this Team USA team, it is billboarded as different. Ali Mastriani in the draw circle for the United States.
Let's go, Ayla!
Across from her, it is Ayla Moffitt, the Winter Park, Florida native.
Right down the road from where I'm from.
Mastriani, a master at her craft, making it look easy. Flips it to her teammate. It's Allie Kennedy, loses it for a second. Peru putting up a big-time fight, scooping it, flipping it, and Peru's got the first true possession of the game.
And this is exactly what they need to do. Come out swinging. You need to put pressure on this USA team. Show them you're here to play.
Well, then coming out firing was Maddie Burns, creating the turnover, and now Allie Kennedy will bring it across the restraining line. Team USA, it's always going to be interesting to watch as basically an open lane USA will strike first. Rachel Clark with an open lane that comes right in front of the cage and puts it away.
And you could see that one developing from the jump there. The Peru team just didn't collapse in to prevent that run, and an easy look there for the United States.
Well, for Rachel Clark, I think her eyes were wide open as soon as she saw that open path. Rachel Clark graduated this past year, Boston College. A lot of Boston College on this team.
We'll be hearing that a lot today.
Including in the coaching staff. Of course, head coach Acacia Walker-Weinstein, the head coach at Boston College, and they've been one of the premier programs over the last couple of years. UNC kind of shook things up this year, but, I mean, UNC's a historic program in their own right, but Boston College, 7 straight national championship appearances.
Boston College also coming off getting into IWLCA coaching staff of the year this past year.
Mastriani going to work, doing it herself. It's always interesting watching this team. Quick again. 2 quick passes, and USA will score their second of the day.
And you can just see the pedigree of this U.S. team. They're just immediately, when they see those openings, they're recognizing and collapsing in offensively, just filling that space, not allowing Peru to recover.
Well, what I've been trying to get to, USA's been working very quickly. What I've been trying to get to is it's always fun to watch this team because you look at the roster, you see all these alphas, and you don't really know how they're going to be able to play together. That's what's so great about Olympic basketball, Olympic lacrosse, these team sports where you get the best of the sport on a single team. You get to see how those players work together because sometimes you don't get to see that. And off the violation, Peru will get possession. We haven't gotten to see the offense yet by Peru. The first time they got it, they turned it over in the midfield. And USA relentless on the ride. Peru, though, will launch it. Close to out of bounds. Peru able to keep it alive. Outrunning her defender, pass through the stick. I think Peru just trying to get settled right now.
And let's see what help they offer. Need some more bodies there.
Good defense by USA. Emma Muchnick causing the turnover, picking up the ground ball, and USA not slowing down.
And they're just playing with such great pace right now, just not allowing Peru to settle in defensively.
Well, I mean, as soon as the turnover is created, they are on the run. They waste no steps. Get into their place. They are in drive as soon as the word go. Here comes Mary McCool. Charlotte North, a name synonymous with women's lacrosse. Rachel Clark loses it. USA getting it back. The passing too quick. Here comes Charlotte North, tucking it in the bottom right.
That'll be number 3 for the United States. Apologies for any technical difficulties in the early part of this game, but they're just continuing finding ways to find those cutters. That last time we saw them move a little bit more behind the net, but just continue to just work and take what they're given.
Passing's been expert so far. Ali Mastriani back out for the draw. And Charlotte North, don't know if we have enough time to go through all her accolades. Just won the inaugural WLL championship with the Boston Guard. Again, possibly another violation on the draw as Peru, their draw taker, heads to the sideline. I think something wrong with their stick, so they'll make a quick substitution. Peru, they became a full voting member back in 2019, so one of the younger members of World Lacrosse.
I believe that's the same year Argentina did as well.
They joined World Lacrosse back in 2008, but then full member status back in 2019. So still rising on the international stage, and they're playing for their first appearance at a world championship. Mastriani takes her first shot wide, and Charlotte North there to back it up. And this 2025 Pan American Women's Lacrosse Championship is the Peru women's national team debut for field lacrosse. So this is just a big moment overall for their country and for the sport of lacrosse as it grows in Peru and USA not taking their foot off the pedal. Allie Kennedy, the lone Stony Brook Seawolf on the roster.
And that's just a good job changing direction there to create that opportunity. Went right and then took a strong step with that right foot to go left and find the find in the goal.
Allie Kennedy, one of the returners from 2022, that gold medal team. And a lot of these players also will partake in the sixes format that will be in the 2025 World Games later this summer. A lot of crossover between the two teams, but a much larger roster, 12-person team for the World Games versus a full 22. Mary McCool over to Rachel Clark. Her shot tipped as she fired.
Peru will get it now, and let's see what they can create here. Need to try to find a way to get it across midfield, try to get a shot on goal.
Peru taking their time, now launching it to the midfield. Coming up to snag it is Sammy White. All the way over his side, Charlotte North steps into one.
That one had good pace on it. Just whipping that one right to that opposite side of the net. Tricked the goalie there.
I mean, even from back here, I'm bracing a little bit. Give North that much space.
I'm glad I'm not the one in the goal. I'll leave it at that. 8 minutes in now, 5-goal lead for the United States.
But as we mentioned, Peru, this is important, momentous occasion for them being able to have their national team debut for women's field lacrosse. And it's also an example of how the sixes style of the game has opened up a lot more opportunities. It's more equitable, less equipment, makes it easier for a ton more countries to be involved, and to be able to play the Olympic format is so huge. A lot of high schools in Lima now have started sixes lacrosse programs. So the pace of play and the style of play will only improve over the years. On the men's side, after the 2023 San Diego Men's Championship, the men's national team currently ranked towards the top 20, 21st in the world for field lacrosse. USA, expert passing. Emma Munchnick, class of 2026 from Syracuse, was part of that 2024 U20 team that just took home the gold medal in Hong Kong. And talk about dominance. You look back at that tournament run. But we'll take our first break here. USA up 6-0. Before we get back to the action, let's shout out some of our amazing sponsors, starting with Lake Myrtle Dental. Experience the unique advantage of Lake Myrtle Dental, where we provide all dental services under one roof, ensuring fewer appointments and a quicker path to oral health. Comprehensive care, streamlined visits, and exceptional expertise, all in one place. N&D Sports, whether you're looking to get a professional outfit for your company staff or T-shirts for your school sports team, N&D Sports has solutions for all your custom apparel needs. Our high-quality custom logo imprint and embroidery services will enhance your professional and everyday casual appearance. Both teams still in the huddle. USA right now surgical, up 6-0, 6:31 left in the first quarter. The pause was not only for a water break. Teams are having to take a water break around the 7-minute mark of every quarter because of the temperatures, but also making some repairs to the field, filling in a hole that was created on the left side, and then as well making sure the clock's all ready to go. And now teams are making their way back out. PALA, the Pan American Lacrosse Association, now up to 22 members. The growth of the sport continues to rise everywhere. And I was talking about how they've started sixes women's teams in Lima, Peru in the summer of 2024. The first secondary school women's sixes tournament was completed, called the Condor Cup. The plan is to continue to play the Condor Cup every year in Lima, Peru, and to continue to grow the sport sixes lacrosse within the school systems there. Been to Lima. It's an amazing place. Mastriani still perfect on the day, and we've seen that draw control wins typically result in wins.
We'll have to see if the trend continues, though. From every game that we saw, the team to score first has lost. So
USA might break that trend wide open. Mastriani working it around with the rest of Team USA. Peru able to close the gap quickly. Shot just off the mark by Emma Lopinto. And it was, when you look at the box score from yesterday in their game, it was Emma Lopinto and Chloe Humphrey that really stole the show, and those are two of the younger members in a team that, while, yes, a lot of players have recently graduated at college, there is a good amount of veterans as well that have been playing on the international team for 10-plus years.
Yeah, and that's something we've talked about throughout this tournament is that one is just tossed right in. A really good shot.
Lopinto with the rocket launcher.
But going back to that, something we've talked about a lot in this tournament is the differing experiences of some players in this tournament. In that last game, we were talking about someone who still was yet to graduate and go.
Junior year of high school.
Junior year of high school playing in this event is a huge, huge achievement. Just a testament to all the work that every player here at this tournament has put in.
Emma Lopinto, a little more about her. MVP of the 2024 World Lacrosse U20 Championship that we keep bringing up that happened in Hong Kong last year. 49 points, and that was a Team USA record. And of course, the 2024 National Championship with Boston College. She had 2 goals and 2 assists in their opening match. Mastriani continues to go to work, sends it over to Charlotte North. North already 2 goals in the first quarter. A master of her craft and also now a broadcaster and analyst. Gotta get her on more games, but sometimes she's busy doing this. Coming down the right side, that's Corey Edmondson. Was brought in as an injury replacement for Madison Taylor. North, great pass to Mastriani. Right down Broadway, Mastriani adds another. Great pass on that feed by Charlotte North as well. And speaking number 8, USA now up 8-0 over Peru. Talking about you have all these alphas on the field as players, but also for Team USA, all 4 members of their coaching staff, head coaches at a college. We talked about Walker Weinstein, assistant coach Lehman, head coach at Rutgers, Kayla Traynor at Penn State, and then Devin Wills at Harvard. Straight up, Mastriani not in there, and Peru's making USA work for it. Finally coming out the other end is Mary McCool. Also coming off the national championship, but as an assistant coach, former Tar Heel great, set the single-season draw control record for UNC. Quick give and go off the mark by Mary McCool.
And that was a good job there by the keeper for Peru, staying close to that near post, not allowing anything.
Rachel Clark takes her defender for a trip and picks up another one. Rachel Clark making her international debut, was a 2025 Toronton finalist as well, the ACC Attacker of the Year.
We got just under 2 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. This Peru team, they just need to find a way to make it past that midfield line. I'd like to see them try to be a little bit more aggressive with this United States team before they get really close to that net and try to force them to have to think a little bit more on their runs.
McCool at the draw. Peru wins another possession off a violation.
Let's see what they make of this.
Peru trying to get out the double team right now. That's Ayla Moffitt. And Peru, they're just trying to find help. Here comes one of the standouts, Maya Clark, native of Frederick, Maryland, wearing the number 32. Morgan Ortega. Now down to Gracie Ochoa. And Peru just trying to find a hold. They find a feed inside, but picked up by Cassidy Weeks. Before USA can get going, there's a whistle blown.
It looks like that'll be a yellow as well.
Well, we saw a lot of yellow cards in the last game, and yellow cards are not something Peru can afford. Peru calling their players to get back. USA with the woman up advantage. Cards do carry over from quarter to quarter and score to score. Less than a minute to go. Team USA inside for McCool. Almost a beautiful up and under, but past the net. USA able to back it up. USA will try again. Down to Rachel Clark. She just scored the last one all the way to the other side. Right on the doorstep, McCool does the rest. And in the waning moments as well, 7 seconds to go in the first quarter. And back to the draw circle. Ayla Moffitt's been taking the draws. A midfielder from Orlando, Florida. So not too far for her. She'll be attending Furman this upcoming fall. So again, a player that we were talking about hasn't stepped foot on a college campus and already playing against the best of the best. Another win for USA in the closing moments, trying to get one more shot off, and they do. Buzzer beater for the red, white, and blue.
And that was just a good job of running down and finding a fellow teammate there, just launching it near where the jersey was and almost smacking it in to the net there.
Well, when you think 7 seconds isn't that much time, you realize that they only took off 5.
Wow. lightning fast there by the U.S.
Back to the draw. Mastriani Moffitt. Moffitt got it clean. But once again, the ground ball skills expert by the U.S. and Anna Brandt. But first quarter, that was all in favor of Team USA. 11-0 your score as we head to the second quarter of play in this Pool A matchup. The top 5 teams from this qualifier will move on to the 2026 World Lacrosse World Championship in 2026 in Tokyo, Japan. World Lacrosse is recognized by the IOC, International Olympic Committee, as the governing body for the sport globally, providing oversight and governance and leading the sport's return to the Olympic Games at LA 28. With 94 member nations and growing, World Lacrosse hosts 6 world championships on a quadrennial basis across 3 disciplines: field, box, and sixes. Join the journey by following World Lacrosse on social media and via worldlacrosse.sport. And now, on the box side of things, you have both the men and women now have a World Championship. USA took the inaugural gold medal, led by Charlotte North, 25 goals. She also led the team in goals back in 2022 at the World Championship. And she will be on the team for 2025. They put her on the cover of USA Lacrosse magazine, and it's like her on a throne, and it says Queen of the North on it. It's fantastic. Great work over there.
Shout out to them. And this U.S. team, they've been looking like this has been their kingdom so far in this tournament. They've just been dominant on the offensive end, and defensively have been stifling so far today.
And they've been leading. They were down 1 goal yesterday. They did not score the first goal. Good tip by Peru, but Team USA keeping with it. Whistle blown as it works its way back up to Allie Kennedy. Free position for Team USA on the other side. Passes it to the next. Right through the stick, though, of Lopinto. But here's Team USA, just able to rebound so quickly.
And they play patiently, but with pace at the same time, rotating well while spreading the ball around.
I mean, their passing is just expert, as you'll see.
Wow.
What a save against Ali Mastriani.
Great reaction there. That one, a high shot and a fast one as they're working down.
And that's not easy to do. And it's going to give her offense a chance to go to work.
The high schooler drawing the foul and trying to spark some offense for this Peru team.
Marissa Dulciado in the goal for Peru, and she just had a heck of a save. But USA on the fast break, unleashing it, Emma Lopinto.
And that one just almost impossible to save there. Running one way, throwing the other, and it definitely wasn't a slow shot either.
Talking a little bit about Marissa Dulciado out of Worthington, Ohio, an All-American goalie, two-time state goalie of the year. She played for the University of Cincinnati Bearcats, but recently transferred to Flagler College in St. Augustine, Florida.
Yeah, Division II team, Southeast region. A pretty good team. They played Florida Southern this past year. The Mocs ended up on top in that one.
Shout out the local school, Florida Southern. It's actually Marissa's first time playing for Peru. And, of course, you might recognize the last name, head coach Dulciado. She's playing for her mom.
It's always an interesting dynamic playing for a parent. Always a lot of love there, but also you can push a little bit more as well.
A lot of love, a lot of passion, also a lot of critiques.
She seems to be rotating well in the net, though, making sure not allowing those near side shots.
Down the right alley, pass inside, dropped by Rachel Clark. I mean, Peru's defense is playing their best. They've poked away a lot of shots. It's just the fact that it feels like it always rolls back in the USA's direction.
Yeah, and that's just because of the speed of this U.S. team, doing a great job just sprinting whenever there's a loose ball.
Lopinto, inside. Wow. Another great save by Dulciado.
She's done a great job of protecting that high part of the net. Just lightning fast reflexes there.
Dulciado, the newcomer to Team Peru, making some highlight saves. Oh, yard sale by Lopinto. And now it's going to be Dulciado and North one-on-one. North fakes high, goes high. That's a tough one-on-one matchup.
Yeah, especially having to sprint back there for Dulciado, trying to get back into position. Good counterattack opportunity and execution there by the United States.
So back to the draw. Some good takeaways, though, in this quarter for Peru. The play of Dulciado.
Yeah, she's done a really good job of when she has the opportunity to recognize the run coming, get in the spot she needs to be in. And the offense has been able to find a little bit more in this one. Their only issues, they've had one or two passes that just weren't to a teammate. Just finding the middle of the field and no teammate there. And that allowed for the United States to get possession back. Just need to make a little bit better decisions with the ball, and they could have a chance of finding a few more.
But the defense has swatted a lot of passes. Again, It's just...
You can see a big improvement already in the second quarter.
The defense has adjusted. Certainly slowed down. It was an 11-0 game through the first quarter, and USA has only scored 2 through the first half of the second. North looking for an outlet will bring her defender up to GLE. USA getting their personnel in. Here comes McCool from the restraining line.
And see, they have 2 behind the net here. Let's see what they're trying to work around there.
And behind the net, you've got North, Clark, and Lopinto. A full Boston College attack at the moment. Here comes Weeks. Cassie Weeks gets the double. Throws it back down to North. Fakes out her defender. Gives it to her other Boston College teammate, Emma Lopinto, on a tear right now.
And Peru was doing a really good job in that last possession, just continuing to scramble and move, but USA able to sneak right behind that last line of defense to get that find and shot right at the end. And you have to assume that's why they had those numbers behind the net there, just trying to allow themselves to sneak in despite really good pressure from Peru.
And something I saw there, too, that just speaks to the whole Team USA. For a team full of, number ones, number twos on national championship teams, on gold medal teams, it's a very unselfish style of play, always looking for the better shot.
Yeah, and part of that is recognizing the caliber of player you're playing with, where it's saying, I can trust you because I know if I trust you, you'll trust me, and we can all eat.
Mastriani back inside the center circle. Peru has thrown her off a little bit, but Mastriani, one of the best to ever do it. The 2022 national champion with UNC, ACC Midfielder of the Year back in 2022, and she really broke out that year as well. Coming out of the cage, another highlight play by Dulciato. Here she comes, being chased down by Lopinto. Tiptoeing the out-of-bounds line, and Dulciato not able to get around Lopinto. But how about the instincts to come out of the crease and make that play?
Yeah, just hawking the ball down there, finding a way to get to it, and trying to find a way to create offensively.
Team USA feels like they've had a million opportunities. Mastriani from the left side. Pass down low. Inside for Rachel Clark. And she's able to convert.
And just another really good find, working around the back of the net in that X spot, and then getting the feed and feeding it right into the spot where it needed to be. The USA's done a great job of being patient just enough to find an opening on the back end.
Rachel Clark. You could say this about maybe 8 different players on this roster. One of the best to ever do it at Boston College. Rachel Clark, like we said, this is her international debut. She holds the single-season goal record for Boston College as well. And she'll add another one there for Team USA as we'll take a break. 6:32 left in the second quarter. Right now, the score 15-0 in favor of Team USA with about 6.5 left to go in the first half. Chase Strasser here on World Lacrosse TV. Let's give a shout out to a few more of our sponsors. Snap Mobile is the essential software platform for athletics and activities. To date, Snap Raise, our industry-leading fundraising solution, has raised more than $1 billion for over 100,000 groups and teams through our 12.5 million participants and donors. In addition to the Snap Raise fundraising platform, Snap Mobile further supports schools, groups, and teams with its other solutions: FanX, Snap Spend, Snap Store, Snap Manage, and Snap Insight. Snap Mobile, the essential software platform for athletics and activities. A lot of snaps. Rachel Clark and wide open Shea Baker, another Boston College great. Also from that U20 gold medal team a year ago in Hong Kong, and it was just a loaded team. Shea Baker, for that team, she had 9 goals and 3 assists. Didn't have a goal in the opening game, but gets her first of the tournament there. Still has one more year of college, but coming off a ACC Defender of the Year campaign and was a national champion back in 2024. Different person at the draw for Peru is Gracie Ochoa. Charlotte Noor pump fakes, then retreats. Mastriani has space, gives it up. Back with North and back up to Clark. Clark's had a phenomenal game. Now she'll work off the screen. Lopinto trying to find a cutting North for a jump shot. No good. And a turnover right there in front of the net. And Charlotte North, ball don't lie, comes back right to her. Tough break for Peru. You create the turnover immediately. Another one. And Charlotte North, crafty, able to pick it up right there and finish. Marie McCool back in the draw control circle for Team USA, and Emma Munchik gets it. Team USA right now operating with deadly precision. Lopinto up to North. North inside for Marie McCool. USA able to get out of danger. Peru's defense. And USA, the passing just keeps going until they find the right opportunity. Cassidy Weeks.
And Chase, I just don't know how you defend that. They're playing so unbelievably quick with those passes. It's almost like in basketball there's an offense 7 seconds or less where you can't have the ball for 7 seconds. For them, it's 1.5 seconds or less. You get it, you think, and you toss it right away, and it has just opened up the game for them.
I mean, they're playing the hot potato version of lacrosse.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just great lacrosse.
And Cassidy Weeks, let me know if you heard this one before. Graduate of Boston College. National champion. Also just won the WLL championship with the Boston Guard and her teammate Charlotte North. It's fantastic that the WLL now here with the PLL, the two leagues under one roof. WLL, of course, had the championship series close to Washington, D.C. As another turnover by Team Peru. They had the championship series, the sixes version. They'll have the All-Star game coming up in a few weeks in Kansas City. A lot of these players will be featured in that All-Star game as well. Lopinto comes back up top. Team USA moving in and out of the crease. It's also the off-ball movement that's creating so many opportunities. McCool flips it. Kenzie Kent. And the pass a little bit awry, dropped by Lopinto, and it's going to give an unforced error and give possession to Peru. 1:12 left to play. Clock stoppage doesn't occur until the final 30 seconds.
It looks like Peru wanted a timeout there, try to figure something out here as we go into half.
Absolutely. With 1:12 left to go, Team USA up 18-0. Welcome back to Lake Myrtle Sports Park. And this event is also sponsored by Visit Central Florida Sports, focuses on promoting tourism and economic development through sports. They work to attract new events, support existing ones, and market recreational and leisure activities. They're the only organization in Florida to have won both the Sports Organization of the Year award from the Governor's Council on Physical Fitness and the Florida Sports Foundation Sport Commission of the Year award. They are also the headquarters of the Pan American Lacrosse Association. Here comes Ayla Moffitt out of the break. Emma Lopinto. She's created multiple turnovers on the ride. Team USA quickly back the other way. Turnaround pass. USA doesn't love what they see. Peru able to get their defenders all the way in. 38 seconds left to go. Team USA spacing out. Drawing the defense out. Here comes McCool across the top. Weeks. Draw a double, then lost both defenders in the process. Inside for McCool. McCool one stepping in.
Goal for United States, number 4, Marie McCool.
McCool, one of the most veteran members of this team, has been a part of Team USA since 2015. A two-time Tewaaraton finalist at UNC Chapel Hill. And you look at the history of collegiate women's lacrosse, it's only a handful of schools. It's been Boston College, UNC, Maryland, Northwestern as of late as well. But as the sport continues to grow and more programs are being added, certainly feels like soon we'll have a lot more variety in who's win that national championship every single year.
It's all about just building that foundation of a program, and that's what Peru's trying to do here in this tournament. We've mentioned still early on in their time here in those international competitions, and right now, even though this one hasn't started going their way, early on, they're still finding ways to continue to grow throughout this game. And you have to think, stacking year after year, they will continue to try to become even more of a competitive team.
Violation on the draw almost leads to another Team USA score. Now in the final 5 seconds of the first half, it has been all Team USA.
And it looks like that will close out the half there.
Both teams will head to the sideline to talk it over during halftime. Again, right now there is another game going on between Canada and Jamaica. Last I checked, Canada was up 7-0. So 2 games going on at the same time, but we'll be back here in a couple minutes for more of Team USA versus Peru.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse. national history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive. Growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport. Governed globally by World Lacrosse.
From our unique origins to the modern game, the global lacrosse community has been preparing for this moment. Together, we step into a new chapter of growth, competition, unity, and inspiration for the next generation. Welcome to a new era of lacrosse. At the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, we continue growing together. Join the journey and let's make history in LA and beyond. A new era of lacrosse starts now.
Welcome back to the 2025 Pan American Women's Lacrosse Championship for the second half of USA versus Peru. And first half was all Team USA, 19-0. Again, when it comes to what's happening this summer on the road to LA 28 after this, the World Games 2025, a lot of the players you see on this field will be a part of those rosters in Chengdu, China from August 7th to 17th. And then around the same time and a little bit later is the 2025 World Lacrosse Men's U20 Championship. That will be on Jeju Island, Korea, August 15th to 2024.
And Chase, something to keep an eye on in the second half. Peru, a change of guard in the net. And I know you were finding some information at half to talk about her a little bit.
Now in net for Peru, Brianna Valdivieso plays for Florida Select. Shout out Florida Select, but representing Lima, Peru, another Florida native who currently attends FIU. Plays for the Women's Lacrosse Club team, but two-time state champion in the state of Florida as well.
Yeah, 2021 and 2023 for her, and the first time she went with her older sister. Always fun playing with teammates that you know pretty well.
There's a lot of just pairs of sisters. We saw a ton of them in the last game, especially with Puerto Rico. But there's a plenty of sisters, and we have a mother-daughter duo on this team. So I'm sure we'll see Peru try to shuffle the cards, see if they can get a lineup out there that will work. As a quick cut by USA. Kennedy elects not to finish it. Big time first halves from a number of players. Charlotte North, 6 points. Emma Lopinto, 7. Rachel Clark, 5 points. The Boston College trio is having a day in Florida.
You see this Team USA team, they're not looking for pretty good looks. They're looking for really good looks right now, passing up on some good opportunities like you said earlier.
Just an unselfish style of play at the moment. Mastriani gets knocked towards the head of the stick and her own head on her way to the goal. Backing up to the 11-meter. Again, the difference between college and international, 8-meter arc becomes 11-meter. 12-meter fan becomes the 15-meter.
And the difference, too, measured from the goal line. So Not a huge difference, but still a slight difference in placement there.
Quick jab step opens up some room. It's a great move by Anna Brandt. Had a goal in the first half. Now they'll get Rachel Clark coming down Broadway. And Rachel Clark able to get her 6th point of the contest, the first goal of the second half.
United States number 5, Rachel Clark.
And that was just a good, long, drawn-out possession there by Team USA. They found the shot they wanted and executed well.
It's a big game for Rachel Clark. Had 1 goal and 1 assist in their opening matchup against Puerto Rico. And now in game 2, she's really coming alive along with the rest of that attack line. I mean, Lopinto, North, and Clark, that is as deadly as you can get. If you're flipping back and forth between this game, there's another one going on, Canada and Jamaica. That is happening on the other field here at the Lake Myrtle Sports Park. Currently, Canada up 10-0 at half. Jamaica, again, had a good start yesterday, but ultimately penalties kind of fell out of sorts as a team towards the back half against Argentina, and Argentina just took advantage of the opportunities that they were given.
Yeah, and that Jamaica-Canada matchup, another interesting one for Canada with the Jamaica team that really likes to play fast, and Canada, they like to control possession. This USA team, they've been playing fast today, and that's why they've been able to run it up.
Well, in Peru and Jamaica, those two teams definitely rely more on the younger talent. You're kind of seeing the veteran presence get the best of them early on in the tournament. But there's a big win for Peru. They get possession on the out-of-bounds call. Brianna Valdivieso will kickstart things. Turned over in the midfield.
On net.
McCool, quick first step. Again, one of the more veteran players, has been a part of Team USA for a decade. Like you said, USA, they are waiting for the perfect shot.
And it's paid off.
McCool, pass a little bit too high for her from Rachel Clark, though she gets some help from Weeks on the back end. Clark steps into the 11-meter. North will do the same. Lopinto by herself behind the cage. Now North will take her place. Testing this Peru defense. Weeks will go right at her. Defender spins off to the right. Clark already 6 points on the day. Gives it back to Lopinto and now to North. That has been the terrific trio on the day. Shout out Peru's defense right now. Doing a fantastic job at slowing down Team USA.
Yeah, they're doing an excellent job of not allowing them to cut right on that near post, forcing them to have to work around the far side, and that's allowing their defenders to recover.
Finally, a whistle blown for stoppage. Must have been an off-ball whistle. That will back Charlotte North up to the corner of the arc. Now Peru will have to reset. McCool, low pass, but caught. Moves it down to Lopinto. Lopinto straight to North. And in one motion, a jump shot from the Queen of the North.
Yeah, that one looking like an alley-oop, just lobbing it up and letting her throw it right down.
I mean, that's the LeBron James, D. Wade picture right there. Lopinto, won Boston College. All-time great to the next.
And we just saw them continue to stay patient. You find the find from the X position, and that allows the offense to just dunk it right in. And that's been their bread and butter so far this tournament, and I wouldn't expect that to change.
We'll head to another break. Halfway through the third quarter, USA leads 21-0. As we've mentioned, the 2025 Pan American Women's Lacrosse Championship, it all leads to the 2026 World Lacrosse World Championships. This will mark the second time continental qualifiers are required for the Women's Championship, but first it was capped at 30 teams for the 2022 event, but starting in 2026, it will be the top 16 teams, as we mentioned, with additional 16 teams qualifying to participate in the first ever World Lacrosse Women's Division II Championship.
We saw more pressure there from Peru like we saw earlier in the game. I really want to see them try to get back to really making it tough for the U.S. to get out and running immediately.
Kennedy down to North. The last offensive possession we saw, USA passed up a lot of good looks, but they're waiting for the perfect one right now.
Yeah, and you can tell they're just trying to figure out a few different opportunities that they can build throughout this tournament. With a big lead like this, that's the time to experiment and time to figure out, hey, if something isn't going our way, how can we pivot? How can we try to continue to battle if we see defense like that later in the tournament?
Good defensive play. Sasha Silva from Washington, D.C. That's the thing. Peru's defense, all things considered, again, you can't just look at the final score and say, this is how it went. But Peru's defense, there have been moments where they've played really well. The USA has just always gotten their own rebounds. They've always chased their shots, and their passing has been expert, except for right there, a low pass, but some help from Shea Dolce.
Yeah, speed kills, and the U.S. has shown it so far today. Just using that speed to, if you make a mistake, fix it, and just create opportunities for yourself by sprinting past the defender.
I would say it's the ride as well. The midfielders and the attackers have done a great job at getting right on Peru's defenders, making sure they don't even have a chance to work it into their offensive third. Another pass a little bit too low. North able to keep it from going out of bounds.
This USA offense today has been mostly off-ball movement to create these opportunities. I haven't seen too much screening at all from the Americans.
I mean, of the 21 goals, I would say close to 15, if not more, have been assisted.
Yeah.
There has not been a lot of unassisted goals.
You just see they continue to rotate, and then they'll flip field and continue to try to do it again.
Through the stick of Sam Apuzzo. Sam Apuzzo, though, chasing it down. No, a little bit too much contact, and now Peru has a real chance to bring it across. It'll start with Italia Carnazza. Looks like right now a Team USA member, Charlotte North, not in the cleats, tying them up. And now Peru can go. Carnazza just trying to outspeed everybody. Takes it from one sideline to the next. The pass just too far and out of bounds. Flips back to USA.
Let's see what Peru has here to try to slow down this American offense. When the U.S. has been able to get the ball in possession behind the net, they've just been able to create. I'd like to see Peru try to push up a little bit more in their back third and make this U.S. team have to stay a little bit farther back.
Sam Apuzzo, another Boston College great, 2019 Toronton winner, wearing number 2. Here comes Rachel Clark. Clark trying to find Kennedy. And too far for Kennedy. Great defense from Peru. Nice play by Morgan Ortega and Alex Parker. Here comes Parker now, and they'll back her up. Alex Parker from Annapolis, Maryland, graduated from Salisbury this past May. Senior captain, 3-year starter, national championship appearance in 2024. We talked a lot about Peru off the forced turnover will start with the ball out of the break. Score currently 21-0. Peru just trying to find what works. They've still got one more pool play game as well. USA will too. Here comes Parker. Immediate double team. Parker holding on. Big time swing coming from the USA defense. And Allie Kennedy. Parker just not able to break through the combined weights of Allie Kennedy and Corey Edmondson.
And you just see the grown woman's strength there, just showing that weight room that the young rising college freshman is going to learn in the weight room soon.
Apuzzo up to Edmondson. Again, Edmondson an injury replacement, but she's done a great job. 1 assist in the first game. She's been involved today as well. Apuzzo had a great career collegiately, but also has been phenomenal professionally. Took home first place back in Athletes Unlimited. North to Apuzzo. Mastriani up top. Done a ton of damage on the draw. Now she'll flip to Apuzzo. And this is what Team USA does. Right when you, as a defender, you're like, okay, I got to lock in. They're coming right at me. And then they just back up and they find a teammate. They find an even better look. And they catch you off your guard. Apuzzo races right past the defender. It's like a needle in a haystack, that pass. And it finds its way to Clark. Now Clark back to Apuzzo. Like a boomerang, and number 2's on the board.
Yeah, that was a great find and great finish there. Just find the cutter and able to get that one just up and over the goalie there.
Sam Apuzzo, 2018 Tewaaraton Award winner. Boston College career leader in points, 3-time first-team All-American, national champion as a coach. Second in points for U.S. last time they were at the World Championship back in 2022. Was also the player of the match in the gold medal game with 3 goals and 2 assists. And that's just how far this team has come in 4 years now that Sam Apuzzo is someone that isn't the number one option. You have so many other players. Right now it's that attack line of Lopinto, Clark, and North. But so many talented players on Team USA wearing the red, white, and blue. Spain out of it, Emma Munchnick makes it back her way. 10 seconds left to go. USA will have to work fast. Clark comes up to Weeks. Weeks over to Munchnick. And USA is okay just letting the clock run out. They lead 22-0. 15 more minutes left to go between USA and Peru. 15 more minutes left in the final slate of games on day 2 of pool play. One more day of pool play awaits tomorrow before the final slate of semifinalists is revealed. If the score holds right now, USA would qualify as a semifinalist, and they would go into their final game of pool play really just playing to figure out exactly how they want to approach the semifinals and the medal round. Straight up by McCool. Weeks takes it away. Talked about the upcoming events this year. Of course, this is all leading to 2026, the World Lacrosse Women's Championship. That will be July 24th to August 2nd in Tokyo, Japan. It's the 12th edition of the event. The new formats, the second Women's Championship in Japan. First one since 1997. And then the following year will be the 2027 World Lacrosse Men's Championship. That will also be in Japan. It will mark the first time the men's and women's championships have been held in the same city in consecutive years. And then when it comes to qualifying, there's a high check from Peru. That will issue a card as McCool's goggles knocked off. But before, in terms of qualifying for the Olympics, there will be a World Lacrosse Sixes Championship in 2027 featuring both the men's and women's. Those dates and locations have yet to be confirmed. Of course, the first edition of the event, and it will include 20 teams for both the men and women to determine which squads are heading to LA in 2028. That will be the qualifying. McCool with space, and they're going to call it right away. Shooting space. She'll line up for the 11-meter. McCool passes it up to North. Now up to Lopinto. Those two have had phenomenal days on the field. Peru communicating. Late slide, Lopinto to Weeks. Another shooting space call. Weeks will line up for the free position. Weeks will set up. Again, passing it off. That's what Team USA does. It just wears you down. Every time you expect them, now is the time they're going to head straight for the cage. They pass it up. McCool with space. Works its way back behind the net.
And watch that middle of the field. We're seeing Team USA try to clog it up a little bit before spacing back out to allow those cutters to refill that zone to be able to get those shots off.
Again, just making Peru's defense work. Pass inside. Lopinto decides against it. Now another cutter. McCool. Back up for North with plenty of space. Almost unleashes it from 11 meters out. Lopinto, no look pass. McCool finishes the job in front.
And U.S. continue to just fill that zone, empty it, and then refill it with a new player. Allows you to continue to rotate and force that defense to shuffle while still getting the same look throughout.
That's a great point. They are continually, non-stop rotation. Right, you're going to see Charlotte North at X. You're also going to see her at the top of the key running almost like a point guard.
Yeah, and that's how you set up yourself and your teammates. You force the defenders to have to make a decision. Am I staying with this player? Am I moving with this player? And once they just stutter for a second or if they commit too early, that's when you get those open opportunities with no one around.
You're just constantly testing the defense, their communication, their ability to slide and to get back, to recover. That's going to be tough for any team.
Let's Let's see what comes from this face-off. I really, really want to see Peru try to put more pressure immediately after the face-off. We saw some success early. Think they need to go back to it, but here, almost winning it immediately.
Straight up in the air. Moffitt almost comes up, but Mastriani comes out of the pile with it.
And it's just so tough to challenge that when the U.S., right when it gets on the ground, they're scooping it, and they're not giving you any time to challenge. You're either in position or you're out, and they'll make a run if they have a chance.
And you're not going to see a lot of missed ground balls from the U.S. Kennedy all the way over for Mastriani. Mastriani gets a pick from North. Now flips it. Anna Brandt. Lopinto, a more quiet second half, taking more of a secondary role. As I say that, she almost unleashes right on the doorstep. Brandt back to Lopinto. Lopinto all the way over for North. I mean, you mentioned it. You just watch the off-ball movement. It is a thing of beauty. Everyone is constantly moving. North to Kennedy, back to North.
And even though they didn't get a shot off there, as I think that one will go towards Peru's way, maybe if they can get to it.
Peru trying to save it from going out of bounds. The officiating crew points back in the direction of Team USA, not able to tiptoe the white line.
But going back to that last possession, you saw the United States, it looked like a current. They were just continuing that rotation all at once in unison, and they're just continuing to try to mix up that back line. We saw the goalie for this Peru team get out of position because of those rotations, and that's how you just continue to create those opportunities, even with different looks.
Sam Apuzzo enters from the box. Again, it's like a merry-go-round. They just keep cycling through. Pass low for Apuzzo. She picks it back up off the ground. Brandt fakes the flip, continues going right. North trying to find an outlet. Lopinto finds Apuzzo on the right alley. Great work between the two Boston College legends.
And just immediately right when it gets close to her stick, already with that downward motion, just catching it and tossing it right where it needs to be. No wasted time, and that's how this U.S. system continues to be one of the best, if not the best, in the world.
Right now, carrying a lot of momentum from other international competitions, the gold medal in the box championships, gold medal at the U20 in Hong Kong. They'll have this qualifier tournament, and then they'll also go on to the World Games. About 7.5 left to go, so we'll get one more break for water as this game begins to wind down. McCool and Muffet battling. And Peru with the draw. They've got numbers as well. It's a 2-on-1. Oh, right off the goalie. Kaylee Waters with the save. Gets the rebound.
With the rebound there, what a follow by the Peru team. They did a great job there. Just continuing to chase the ball, chase the play, do not give up on it. And that was created. They won a face-off and put their foot on the gas.
Feel the energy in our booth here. You can feel the energy from the sideline as well. And that is something you can take into the next break.
And we can see the whole thing on the screen right now. The first shot, a good shot there, but then continuing to go after the ball, not giving up on the play. And that's how Peru gets on the board in this one.
Morgan Ortega, the one to do it. We had to break. Score 24-1. Peru just scored. Now we're going to get one more look at it. Peru able to get the goal. It was a 3-on-1 opportunity, and initially it was a nice save by Team USA goalie Kaylee Waters. But how about Peru sticking with the ball and being able to put it away
Top
for their
left
score?
corner, too.
Perfect placement.
Placed. We still got 6:50 left to see if they can find another here.
And to take that into break as well, that'll pump up the spirits.
And I think that had to be their second or third face-off win, so that's a pretty good
And
percentage.
it was clean off the face-off.
Yeah.
Fast break.
It's just the hardest thing with this Team USA squad is you just need to get possession first, and they do not let you control it for long if you do get it.
No. I mean, they are like, they are immediate.
They just hound the ball.
Immediate. As soon as there's even the idea of a turnover offensively, it is like everyone is right on top of it. So you just got to move as quickly as possible. Just getting word as well that Morgan Ortega is also the vice chair of our Athletes Commission for PALA. Morgan Ortega, the one to score for Team Peru.
And Team USA just continuing to just play keep away right now, just sprinting around, tossing it to each other, just waiting for that perfect look again.
Morgan Ortega, a redshirt freshman attacker for Mount St. Mary's. Originally from Austin, Texas, a four-time district champ, all-state selection, two-time team captain. Chair of the Athletes Commission for the Peruvian women's national lacrosse team. Doing that as a redshirt freshman as well.
And this is something I talked about off air last night when I was talking with the president of Peru Lacrosse and Dr. Catherine Lowe. All of the athletes here are just such multifaceted athletes, not only students of the game, but also students in the classroom and of life. Really, really successful people, both on and off the field, being represented at every country.
Well, I mean, then you also look to Deborah Arnold, who's the team captain wearing number 4. She's a pageant queen. Miss Norway World 2024, Miss Texas 2024.
Just racking up the accolades.
Multi-talented. But yes, a lot of these athletes, multi-sport. I mean, yesterday we had players on this field that were collegiate field hockey players that also can step up to the plate. Sam Apuzzo sticking one on the left side, adding to USA's total. No matter what, the goal differential will stay plus 12. And mathematically, it will be pretty much impossible for any team to match them. And they've
already got that
to the semifinals.
Yeah. This one will be an automatic bid after this game for them.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be very interesting, those final few matchups. A lot of teams have showed a lot of promise in this tournament, but you can still tell as people who have watched pretty much every game and called half of them that these teams are still figuring out their footing, especially those teams that are looking for that those final few spots to try to make that gold medal game.
And there's so many other factors. It's not like they just show up and play. They've had training camp. They have to come together as a team. They've had practices. They've got to get used to these specific teammates because even for Team USA, there is a lot of people making their international debut that didn't even play on the U20 roster or in that 2022 World Championship. So you're still implementing a lot of new faces. But there's a lot of good you can take away from this game if you're Team USA. Peru, they still got one more game in pool play. And they'll be on to either the semifinals or the placement rounds. Three minutes left to go. Team USA has been surgical for, up to this point, 57 minutes. I'm sure we'll get 3 more minutes of it. Almost right on cue. North throwing it back up top to Kennedy.
Just continuing the give and go action. Lost there.
But there's another example of where the ball hits the ground and USA is immediate to it. But the whistle will give Peru possession. Can they work as quickly as they did off that draw control win? The midfield has been the hardest part for them, just trying to break through this line of defenders.
Yeah, we've seen a few chances for them in their own third, but just breaking out of it's been the tough part with this just swarming U.S. defense.
Another pass unable to break past midfield. North will back it out.
And this U.S. team looking to set stuff up, looking to try to find a rhythm with their sets, with their system, find ways to carry over the success of today into tomorrow.
Mastriani down the right alley to Apuzzo. Just under a minute and a half left to go for Team USA and Peru. Still wrapping up. On the other field is Team Canada, Team Jamaica. Jamaica opened up the second half with a goal, and as it stands right now, Canada has answered that mightily. They are up 19-1. So 2 games that show the strength of the 2 favorites coming into the tournament, Canada and USA. They're in different pools right now, but if you're a lacrosse fan, you're always hoping for a USA-Canada matchup at some point.
Good interception there by Peru. Now time to create for them.
Really good defense and some space. Trying to outrun USA. Pass connects. Working it past midfield and into the offensive third. Trying to get the fast break. Letting off a shot. No good. Wide to the right, and it will end up back in the possession of USA. Good opportunity, though, by Peru. Shot was by Ayla Moffitt. He's been taking most of the draws today for Peru out of Winter Park, Florida. Great defense on the other end. And that is how this one will end. Team USA, a dominant performance in their second game of pool play. And because of back-to-back great performances, they have clinched a spot in the semifinals. In one way or the other, they will be heading to the medal round. And who will meet them there? We're going to have to wait till tomorrow to find that out. No other team can clinch. We still got one more day of pool play. Lots of important games coming up tomorrow. It all starts again at 10 a.m. with USA and Mexico, Canada, and Argentina. Overall, a great game. Team USA just showing their discipline and their tenacity for the full 60 minutes.
Yeah, and they came into today as the number 1 team in terms of standings and point differential, and they're coming out today with the same thing, plus 24, because they maxed out each game, 4-point differential. Team USA looking dominant, and they're looking to keep rolling this Peru team. We saw those changes made in the second, third, and fourth quarters really help this offense and defense be able to step up and continue to try to make more stops against this USA team. Peru, they have a lot to build off of today to learn for tomorrow as they'll look to add some more goals to the total. You
can add to worldlacrosse.sport for a daily recap after the conclusion of each game. Thank you for watching on World Lacrosse TV. This has been a production of WLTV. All games in the Pan American Lacrosse World Championship can be streamed live on World Lacrosse TV through the mobile app or online. For our entire production staff, it has been fantastic being with you for the last 2 days. I'm Chase Strasser.
I'm Carl Van Gelder.
Saying thank you for tuning in. On a personal note, this one goes out to Uncle Lee. Please join us for the rest of the tournament right here on World Lacrosse TV. Thank you.